So thank you everybody for attending MB4U, which is Member Benefits for You. This is what we do on a monthly basis. Every first Tuesday of the month, we talk about a different benefit that CTA offers. And today we are going to be talking about Provident Credit Union. And we do have a special guest today, and I apologize that he is not on video. But his name is Michael Moore. He is with Provident Credit Union, and then he is PCU's account executive for CTA. And then on the screen, you'll also see his contact information. So if you have any questions regarding any of the products that Michael has, he'll be happy to answer any questions for you. All right, Michael, take it away.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. I apologize. We seem to be having some technical issues with WebEx here, but you can see my pretty little face on our landing page for CTA members at any time, and it will have my contact information there. So with that said, I am going to cover just a few topics here. I'll try and go a little in depth without beating a dead horse. A little background on who we are, what we offer the CTA members, what we offer to CTA chapter accounts, and then an exciting offering that we will have coming out to you or rolling out in the 2024-2025 year. So with that said, for those of you that may not be familiar with us, we were actually founded by the California Teachers Association in 1950. So we've been in operation for a little over 70 years now. We are headquartered in the San Francisco Bay Area, specifically in Redwood City for the locals. We're currently the largest, 21st largest credit union in California, last time I checked. Please don't quote me on that. We currently serve over 134,000 members throughout the state. Some are located outside of the state. And for those of you who aren't familiar, it's a common question, but is my money insured as if I was with Wells Fargo or B of A? And yes. The answer to that is your money is insured up to $250,000 by the National Credit Union Association. And in terms of Provident as a whole, we're a pretty safe credit union. We're risk averse. What that means is your money is safe with us. So if you want to go ahead and move on to the next slide, Yvonne. You can go ahead and skip past this one. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into the more popular offerings that we have for CTA members. So we will incentivize you to work with us. If you want to go back one slide, Yvonne. We will incentivize you to work with us with a $300 new account bonus. We'll ask you to meet a few requirements for the second and third month after you've established your account. So what that means is we'll allow you a month to get everything together, and then we will check for you to meet the requirements in the second and third month. So we'll ask you to make purchases of $400 or more for the second and third month, so that's a total of $800. We won't ask you to break up with your current financial institution, but we will require a direct deposit or an automatic transfer from your current financial institution of at least $500. So again, that'll be for the second and third month for a total of $1,000. And then we'll ask you to enroll in online banking and e-documents with a valid email address. So pretty straightforward requirements. If you want to move on to the next slide, Yvonne. But the more exciting thing there is if you're meeting those requirements, you're automatically meeting the requirements for our Super Reward Checking, which is currently paying you 1.26%. And most importantly is this account has no fees or no minimum balance requirements. If you're not meeting the requirements for this to get paid, it's just a free checking account. For those of you like, maybe I don't have an ATM in my area, we'll get into how you can access us for free a little later on in this presentation. But if you're meeting the requirements for this, we will reimburse up to $12 per month and outside ATM fees. You want to go to the next slide, Yvonne? Now, this is where it gets a little more into the nitty gritty, where it starts to make a little more impact on you financially, as we will offer you a dedicated rate discount on your auto loans and your mortgage loans. But in particular, on this one here, we'll offer you a 0.125% rate discount. And this is where things start to come in play in terms of the checking account. If you had a checking account with us for 30 days prior, you had automatic deposit going to that, you can earn an extra or an additional 0.125% off of your rate. So in total, you can earn up to 0.25% off of your rate. That applies to both new and used vehicles. And, often, I don't know about you guys, but we usually don't plan for our cards to break down. If that does happen, you can defer your payments up to 90 days. So give you some kind of leeway there and get prepared to make these payments. And those will extend up to 84 months. So often you can't get certain rates, but if you have a minimum of a $20,000 loan, you can get a maximum of 84 months. And what's not listed on here is as a CTA member. My wife is actually a CTA member as well. And I understand how some of your districts may be on a 10-month payment plan, or not payment plan, but your salary is structured that way, that you can skip your summer month payments. You will continue to accrue interest over that time, but you wouldn't have to make the larger sum of the payment. You want to go to the next slide, Yvonne? And this here is, again, the discount that we will offer you on your rates. This one is highly impactful, especially here in California. We will offer you, again, that 1/8% off of your rate. And the way that works, guys, with these discounts is whatever rate you qualify for, we're going to take that 0.125% off of that rate. When you're looking at mortgages here in California, and when we've looked at the numbers over the time that we've implemented this program, CTA members on average are saving a little over $15,000 over the life of their loans. Now, obviously, that's dependent upon the cost of your home. If you're here where I live here in the Bay Area, you're going to spend more, so you'll save quite a bit more. You're going to save about $35,000, and really that's already paid for your CTA membership over your lifetime. Sat down with my wife and we've kind of done the math, and we're like, well, that would work out. But more importantly, that's something that we give to you solely for being a CTA member. And when it comes to closing costs, we'll take an additional $100 off just for being a CTA member. And then again, if you had a checking account with us, if you had another qualifying product, again, guys, giving you a pretty general overview of this. If this applies to you, please reach out to me, and we'll get you in contact with someone that can answer more in-depth questions. But you can get another $250 off of your closing cost. And this is what you're seeing here with the exclusive movable feature. In today's market, with the rates where they're at, this may not be something that applies, but maybe you find yourself with a market that is a little more accessible. Say you have a 3% rate. That's what we were seeing, 2 years ago when we were at all-time lows, and you wanted to get in on that. And so you had a 10-10-10 adjustable rate mortgage. You can keep that rate with you if you found yourself maybe 8 years into it and you wanted to move. Well, you can take the additional years that are remaining on your loan and take that rate with you. So we'll just say that you can continue to save that money. You wouldn't have to jump up, say it was today, and you were jumping up to 6.5%, maybe 7%. You'd be able to save some money there. So just wanted to let you know that that is available. If it applies to you, again, please reach out to me. If you want to go to the next slide, Yvonne. And then, I just wanted to make sure that we mention that we also offer some accounts to the chapter accounts, service centers, and things of that nature. We don't know who will be joining us for this call, so just wanted to let you know that we do offer a savings account to you. It does earn dividends depending upon your account balance. We have a highly competitive dividend business checking. And if you visit us on our business solution site, you'll see how we compare to some of the more large box financial institutions that are out there. And then more importantly, we have a shared secured credit card that we are offering to CTA chapter accounts, and more importantly right now, the service centers. And the importance in this, guys, is, going around, we had many chapters that were having to personally guarantee funds and things along that nature. We've removed that with some work with CTA member benefits, our consumer lending, and different departments to ensure that we put together something that was going to allow you guys to access a credit line without having real risk to you personally. So just want to let you know that is in play. So for those of you like, okay, yeah, all of this sounds great, but you're up in the Bay Area and maybe you checked out when we first started, like that's not accessible to me. It is. If you don't really hinge on coming into out one of our own personal branches, we have access to where you can, through our shared network with other credit unions, you can access some institutions at their counter. We have other institutions, about 34,000 co-op ATMs that you can access and withdraw your money for free as well. If you want to see if this is something that would apply to you, you can visit us at providentcu.org/ /locations, as you can see right here at the bottom of the slide. And you can enter in your personal address and see if there's anything in your area. And this is the more exciting opportunity. So last year we posed a teacher or educator appreciation giveaway with CTA member benefits, and we rolled it out. We had one $2,500 winner. It was pretty popular. I think we received a little over 14,500 entries. So after a review with my executive team, I was like, I think we should probably offer a tier of rewards. So that's not just one person and you have the same odds as winning the California lottery, which we know is pretty low. It's like 1 in a few hundred million. This one here, you're at least only battling with, 20,000 people maybe. But with that said, we'll have a grand prize winner again of $2,500. Then we'll have a second place of $1,000 and then a third place of $500. And guys, this is money that is provided directly to you. And last year, it so happened that the money was deposited right before Christmas. So, who can't use that money? So with that said, guys, I promise to be brief, to give you some insight into who we are and what we do for you. So if you want to just go to the next slide there, here's my contact information. My manager, Joshua, wasn't able to join us today, but I have his information there as well, just in case I'm ever out of the office. You can have instant access to somebody. I don't know if you're like, it sounds great, I would like more information. Please visit us at providencecu.org/CTA. And we'll have all of this information there. They'll have the information on the giveaway when that time applies, as well as have my contact information. So thank you, everyone, for joining me. Yvonne, thank you for hosting this today, and I wish you all the best.
Great. Thank you, Michael. So let's see if anybody has any questions. If you are not able to unmute yourself, I do apologize. Just put it in the chat and then we can answer any questions that you may have with Michael about PCU. So we'll give it a few minutes, but if you do have any questions about member benefits, I can help you with that after. Let's see if anybody has any questions for Provident Credit Union.
So I do such a thorough job that they don't have any questions and I got them all answered first shot.
Exactly. All right, Michael. So it doesn't look like we have any questions. I am going to go over just kind of highlight some of our benefits. So you are more than welcome to stay on or drop off. And if anybody does have any questions, I could go ahead and refer it to you. But we thank you again for coming. And then if anybody wants to stay on just to see some highlights of some of the benefits that we have on memberbenefits.org, go ahead and stay. So right now I'm just presenting how our website looks like. And if you wanted to log in, it is on the upper right-hand corner. And then you're going to see all the different product categories that Member Benefit has to offer. So if you've never logged into our website, it is okay. You will need your member ID number. And if you don't know that, the number is provided on the screen. It's 650-522-5200. So you can reach out anytime if you are Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Just reach out to us if you are having trouble logging in or if you need your member ID number. And then I just want to show everybody that we do have a member benefits highlight booklet available. It will go over all the benefits that we have and contact information. So for the new school year, if we have any leaders out there, this highlights booklet is orderable on our website. So you could get it for your chapter in your local to hand them out during new hire events or membership events. If you have questions about ordering them, you can always reach out to us. And we just wanted to highlight one of the benefits that is an automatic benefit for our members. It is the Disaster Relief Fund. So if your primary residence is involved in any type of natural disaster, we do have some grants available for that. If there was maybe no damage to your home, but you had to be evacuated or you did not have any power in your home for X amount of days, we do provide a displacement grant. One is temporary and one is short term. just varies on how many days you are not able to go home. And then we do offer a school site grant, so that's up to $500. So if there was a natural disaster at your school site and some of your personal belongings were destroyed, then you can apply for that too. So with this, the filing deadline is 12 months from the date of incident, and you have to be a CTA member during the time of the incident. So you would be able to just go ahead and go to our website and then fill out an application online. If you do have questions, please reach out to us. And then another program that I wanted to talk about that's been very popular is the University Credit Program. So this program is a benefit to members attending CTA statewide conferences, and you'll be given the opportunity to accumulate hours of professional growth needed to qualify for university credit hours with CSU Chico. So you might think like, oh, I can't get out to CTA conferences to earn those hours. Don't fret. We do have another program called Virtual Pass, which is during COVID. We all remember that time. We still had all our conferences going on. They were virtual, and we recorded all our trainings there. So you can actually watch the old trainings and accumulate hours of professional growth needed. One thing I just want to call out is just to make sure that your contract allows you to earn these professional growth hours. So just make sure you could do it. You know, it would be not a great situation if you put all this effort into it and your school, your contract does not allow you to do that. So there's some different resources on how to access it. And then feel free to always give us a call if there's any additional questions. And then I wanted to talk about an automatic benefit that CTA does offer. It is the CTA Death and Dismemberment Plan. So if you have a highlights brochure, the information is on page 6, but we do have all this information on our website. So this is an automatic benefit to all active CTA members. So if you are still actively teaching, this is available to you. We still have a large number of retired members, but unfortunately, if you're not actively teaching, this would not, this benefit would not go to you. So in the event of your untimely death, there is a death benefit of $2,000. If there was an accidental death and dismemberment, there is a payout of $10,000. And if you are an association leader on an occupation business, there is a payout of $50,000. So a little bit of homework that we're asking you to do today is name your beneficiaries. So all you need to do is go to our website, ctamemberbenefits.org, log in, and then you'll see various areas of where you can add your beneficiary. If you're not able to do that or do not get a chance to, it's okay. There is an order of the payout. So it would go to your spouse or domestic partner first, then to your children, parents, siblings, and then the last would be executor of your estate or your trust. And then a final benefit that we wanted to call out is the Calm app. This has been, we've had this program now for over a year, which is great. We've had great feedback of this. So Calm is an app that has many resources for mental health and wellness. It is more than just a meditation app. Meditation may not be for everybody, but it's okay. There's a lot of other resources to help you stress, kind of help you relax during the day and to sleep better, and even kind of get your body moving too. It's not full-on workouts. It's just some movement that can help you reset in your day. There's a ton of soundscapes, a lot of music. And the great thing about Calm is they have a great resource, Calm for Kids. So if you are an elementary school teacher and have some rambunctious kids coming back from recess, you know, you can have some of this great soundscape music playing in the background when they're coming in. You know, a lot of our educators are big Disney fans. They have a huge Disney library. So if you are reading to your children some Disney stories, they have them online, which you could just go ahead and play. So this is a great benefit for all our members, and I hope everybody will participate in this. You will need your 10-digit member ID number, but we can help you with that. And the great thing about this benefit, it's the premium account. So you can share this with up to 5 dependents. So you can share this great resource for all of as an appreciation for, as a gift from CTA member benefits to our educators, and then our educators can also share this benefit too. So this was just, oh, sorry about the, sorry about that, the date here, but your homework is to go ahead